Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, May 30, 2015 at 2:01 a.m. Birmingham. Topic, the final for now with Nimrod, but with a surprising ending. It's not a complete ending because we expect a lot more of Nimrod in the future, believe it or not. But go back, if you remember, Nimrod's men were defeated. He had 700,000 and 600,000 of them died in a war against the king of Elam, which had only 5,000 men. So he's under Elam's thumb for a number of years. The king of Elam is having problems with Sodom and Gomorrah. So he calls out his favors. You owe me, you owe me, you owe me. Well, he grouped 800,000 men, including Nimrod's men from Shinar, where he was from, and they went in and they destroyed most of Sodom and Gomorrah. Don't confuse this with the fire from heaven on Sodom and Gomorrah. This comes later, much later. But what happens there, everything was okay. But Abraham had a nephew that was in Sodom. Lot was taken out, kidnapped, and taken off with the Elam and those people. And they were all drunk one night having a big party because they won this huge war. And so Abraham takes 318 men and slips in there at night while that 800,000 are drunken skunks. And he takes Lot back out to safety. Sometime later, Sodom and Gomorrah rebuilds, revives, comes back. And Lot goes back to Sodom and Gomorrah because he has his family. And anyway, it didn't actually mention his family. Maybe he got his family after he went back in. But here's what's interesting. Here's what's very interesting coming up. So we know that Abraham saved Lot, Abraham's son, Isaac, with Sarah, and then prior to Isaac, he had Ishmael with the handmaiden Hagar. That one is null and void. God says, Hagar is not your wife. Sarah is your wife. And Isaac said, but she can't have a baby. Anyway, God says, go have a baby. And they did. And now that they got, well, this is where Isaac came from. So Isaac is born and his brother Ishmael, and Abraham has to send Ishmael and Hagar away. And this is where a bunch of pissed off Muslims today. And, but Isaac has two sons, Esau and Jacob. Here's the interesting part, guys, about kind of brings the last few parts of this in play or into focus, but it's going to be very unclear. It is to me, even till now. So Esau is the mighty hunter. He's Isaac's son. And then Jacob is the mama's boy. Okay? That's what that is. And I'm going to have to read it because I don't understand it, and I got it marked off here. So after the death of Abraham, when Esau was 16 years old, he went into the wilds to hunt game, as was his custom. But then Abraham, of course, Esau was Abraham's son, it's his grandson. Jasher tells us. And Esau at that time, after the death of Abraham, frequently went into a field to hunt. And Nimrod the king of Babel, the same went into the place to hunt. Also frequently went in was his mighty men to hunt in this field and to walk in the cool of the day. And Nimrod was observing Esau all the days that Esau was coming in. It says here that for a jealousy was formed in the heart of Nimrod against Esau in all those days. How did Esau figure that out? But on a certain day, Esau went into the field to hunt, and he found Nimrod walking in the wilderness with 2 men, and all his mighty men and his other hunters with him were a further away in the wilderness. He could see they were a removed distance from him. But Esau had a strange feeling. So Esau went in a different direction to hunt, and Esau concealed himself for Nimrod. He hid himself and prepared for Nimrod to see if he would come after him, and he did. Nimrod came after Esau, and when he came, he had 2 of his men with him. They were behind him, and Esau jumped out almost right on top of him. 16 years old now. Esau was 16, and he startled Nimrod. And Esau came down on him with one swipe of the sword and beheaded Nimrod right on the spot. And it angered the 2 others. Now, they're giants too, that came at Esau, and Esau whooped them both. So Esau killed 3 men, 3 giants, by the way. So when Esau saw the men of Nimrod coming from the distance, the others, he fled and escaped. And Esau, pay attention here, Esau took the valuable garments of Nimrod. Esau took Nimrod's clothing, which Nimrod's father had bequeathed him to Nimrod, in which Nimrod prevailed over the whole land, and he ran and concealed them in his house. The clothes that belonged to Adam and Eve, Nimrod was still wearing. Esau took his head and took the clothes, brought them home, and they're in Isaac's hands. We don't know what that meant and what the meaning of that is, but that's the end of Nimrod for now. But then Esau was so tired, so exhausted from the fight. He was worn out, and he was ready to die through grief when he was approached his brother Jacob, and he sat before him, and he said to Jacob, his brother, "Behold, I shall die this day." He thinks they're coming after him to kill him. "And wherefore do I want this birthright?" So he's questioning, should I take the birthright because I'm going to die? And Jacob acted wisely with Esau in this manner. And Esau sold his birthright to Jacob for a bowl of beans, for it was brought about by the Lord. And when Nimrod, the son of Cush, died, his men lifted him and took him back into a place in the city and buried him in the city. So Nimrod lived for 215 years and died. The 16-year-old boy, which is Esau, killed him, and Esau took the clothes off of him that Adam and Eve wore when they were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. Those clothes were of great importance to the Jews, and we'll find out later why. Jody Wolf, Expoz.